today. From GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now back to throw. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The numbers for Ridley a week ago. 4 catches, 60 yards.
And I don't know about you, partner, but if anybody ranks me in the top 10 in anything, I'm really happy. And that's exactly where he is now, number 10 in the league in receiving yards.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's a 2nd and 7. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Smith. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year and 4th overall. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. The numbers for Travis Kelce last week. 8 catches, 137 yards, and a score.
5th in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong category. I mean, if you're in the top 5 in anything, I don't care whether it's football or tiddlywinks, you're having a nice season.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. John Kaminsky gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense in the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Marshall. Touchdown! Terrace Marshall. His second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw again. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Falcons will add on to their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Point after here coming up. And it is now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. On first down, Mahomes got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. That's caught by Keyshawn Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now it's Mahomes again. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Now the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's Mahomes. Johnson with a completion over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Check 50, check 50.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. Oh, and Edwards-Helaire, I don't think he got there. He did not. They'll stop him short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at the 15 and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day offensively.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Got four down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. He'll look to throw, and it's complete right back to Ridley. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you say, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 42. He'll throw from the gun. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Let's put that team on the bus. 31's the mark.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
No. Single.
2nd and 6. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Falcons on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Come on, D. Right there, 54.
Mahomes going to throw. Completes it to Hardman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 41, Mahomes. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Mahomes to throw once more. Quick completion here to Johnson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Falcons, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for